Good morning, everybody. You're watching Iowa Live here on CWI 23. Let's talk about going for more here for a moment, especially when we're talking about empowering and motivating women. And there's an amazing organization we want to make sure you know all about called LEAP. And we have two incredible women joining us here at the desk to talk about that in a very special summit we hope you can be a part of as well. So we want to introduce you to Holly Kihlstrom, VP of Finance at G-Commerce Incorporated. Thank you so much for being here. And Christine LeBron-Dykeman, attorney at McKee, Voorhees and Cease PLC. Thank you as well for being here as well. Okay, let's kick things off by talking about LEAP. What does that mean?
LEAP is a community of women in leadership. We like to network. We bring people together on a monthly basis, and we talk about hot topics like networking, negotiating, receiving and giving feedback, imposter syndrome, things like that. We meet on a monthly time frame, and we have the summit coming up next week.
So why is it important to be involved in an organization like this? Why is LEAP necessary and important in our community?
Well, I think it's important to encourage and support fellow women in leadership and make sure that they have the right tools and right thought processes around hard topics.
Absolutely. So, like for you personally, what do you get out of going to these monthly gatherings with other strong women in our community?
I get a ton of inspiration from the powerhouse women that come to these programs and talk to us, and the community of women and networking that you can get out of that.
Yeah, it's very motivating. And you guys have been active for a few years now.
2 years.
And if there are other women out there that are maybe wanting to get involved with this organization, what's that process look like? Are you looking for people, maybe in different industries? Is it kind of exclusive? How does that work?
We welcome anybody to our panels, even men. We appreciate the support, and we encourage fellow coworkers, anybody in your company, and
we just
love anybody. Anybody can come, and they can sign up at dtchamber.com. And they can sign up for the LEAP Summit there as well.
We learn from each other as a community, men and women alike, but this is really meant to empower and motivate women by wonderful speakers, as you mentioned, motivational speakers, people, women who have done incredible things in our community.
Absolutely. Just jumping off of that, one of our mentor relationships that we had as a speaker was a man and a woman speaking together, and it's really powerful to see how that can work together, and we really want to advance women, but obviously we work together and share in our communities and in our work lives.
Absolutely. So let's talk about the summit. If people are wanting to find a way of maybe seeing what this is all about, but also just leave with a huge inspiration coming up, what is this summit and where exactly is this happening?
Okay, so the summit is it's next Thursday, October 3rd. It's from 12 to 6.
Okay.
And it's going to be at the Science Center. And really, it's sort of a culmination of this kind of event. So it is a half-day summit, essentially. There are 3 different panel options. We're going to have a keynote speaker, McKenna
Hassey.
I'm sorry about that. Hassey, I can't pronounce her last name, but McKenna Hassey is going to be our keynote speaker. And then we have 2 different sessions. One is a choice. You can make some choices between building your tribe, which is basically how to have that group that really is core to you and help you advance as you're climbing up the corporate ladder. And that is a panel discussion with Beth Shelton, Kathy Kernett, and Holly Kihlstrom. Holly's going to be on the panel.
Woohoo!
And so that's one option. And then there's confidence, getting out of your own way. I mean, we've all been there, right?
Yes.
Where we are our worst enemy. And that's a presentation by Erin Benko from Dale Carnegie. And so that is one session, and you can choose between those 2. And then the second in the afternoon, there's a defining culture using the EQ principle presentation by Liz Need. So that is a second sort of panel or discussion in the afternoon, and then there's networking in the evening from 5 to 6. We have some awards that we're giving out for individuals that have been really active in promoting women in the community.
You're listing names of women who've really broken ground here in our state of Iowa. Like McKenna Hassey, she has done things as a female race car driver that no one else has done in our state, let alone making grounds in the country as well. So these are the type of women that you're bringing to the forefront and saying you need to come and hear their story.
Right. I mean, because we can all be empowered by that, and really, instigated to just move ourselves forward. So I think it's just a great opportunity to have that experience and just be around them. I'm always inspired when I see really amazing women that have accomplished so much.
Absolutely. Well, Holly, you were bearing the lead. You're on a panel discussion. So talk about that a little bit and what you hope other women and men will get out of what this discussion is going to be about.
So we're on that panel. We're talking about building your tribe, like Christine mentioned, and while you're climbing the corporate ladder. So you want to have people surrounding you that are coaching you, as well as advocating for you. So it's important to have those key people in your life and and seeking out that support. So how do you do that? What challenges have you faced in doing that? How do you overcome these things? And just talking about them and knowing that you're not alone and everybody experiences these things.
As you say, we've all been through it in some aspects, so learn from those who've been through it, or maybe try to avoid some of the pitfalls that you can fall into, but most importantly, just be inspired and realize there's a community of people that want to see you succeed. Seems to be the overall theme.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I also want to mention that we have the fashion show put on by Des Moines Fashion Week during the networking session.
Oh, nice.
At the end of the evening.
So it's truly a full day.
It's packed full of things that I think can be super inspiring to everyone that attends.
Okay, so let's go back to how can we attend? How can we be a part of this?
So you go to the Des Moines Chamber website, and there is a sign-on registration that you can do there. And if you're a member of the LEAP series and have gone all year, it's I think $75.
It's included. If you're a series member, you've already got your spot paid for. So
oh well, then you better show up.
Then you better show up. Exactly.
You're already there. So that's a big value to being a series member.
Okay.
If you are not a member of the Downtown Chamber, then it is $75. For non-members, we're at $100. We feel that's a worthy investment in your inspiration.
And if you're not part of the series, this is a great opportunity for you to go and kind of experience all that you guys do in one setting, and then hopefully maybe decide.
In fact, that's how I became part of LEAP. Is last year I attended the summit, and I was so inspired by all of these women, and I said, I got to get in on this. I got to get on this committee, and so.
Because talk about that for a minute, just the importance of having that leadership development and having these types of communities that we can.
Well, I think you can never have enough of that, right? Mm-hmm. So this is kind of a platform. Sometimes it's hard to find these things, and it's hard to seek them out. Where do you go? Who do you talk to? Mm-hmm. And so this is kind of a relaxed atmosphere where you can come and meet people, get a couple business cards, go out for coffee, just start talking to people, and this makes that easy to do.
I love that, and obviously had a big impact on you. If you've only been involved a year and now you're already on a panel discussion to talk about things that have inspired you as well.
I'm very excited. I'm very honored. I mean, I'm up there with Beth Shelton, CEO of Girl Scouts of Greater Iowa. Excuse me. Wow.
And one of the awards is going to a guest we've had on the show before, Sarah Noel Wilson, and so you've seen a lot of the faces too that are being recognized and that are speaking at the event as well.
She's a wonderful speaker.
Yes, we have a lot of amazing women in our community, so stay connected to them. Be a part of the LEAP organization. Meets on a monthly basis, but they also have the Power of Her Leadership Summit coming up when?
October 3rd.
Woohoo! There you go. Absolutely. All right, go to the website, sign on up. If you're not already part of the organization, this gives you a beautiful intro so you can meet some amazing community members. Remember, that is dtchamber.com. Thank you, ladies, for helping us to be inspired this morning.
Thanks so much.
You're watching Iowa Live on CW Iowa 23.